Tonight on Action News, a community rallies around a Valley family coping with an unthinkable loss. How bow ties are helping them cope with the deaths of a mother and daughter.
Also, a suspect arrested for child molestation in the North Valley, where he worked as a security guard with access to children.
And an Action News special assignment report. It's been 20 years since a stunning tragedy literally fell from the sky in central Fresno.
I've seen that.
How a deadly Learjet crash is remembered at an elementary school that just missed being a part of this disaster.
Number 1 in Central California. This is ABC 30 Action News, live at 6.
Every time people see the bows or we see the bows, remember, they don't have to die. We'll remember them. Remembering a life that was taken too soon and the unique ways students are forever honoring a mother and her daughter. That is our top story tonight. The worst air disaster in the city of Fresno, a Learjet on a military
I was 10 years old when this happened, and me and my mom were witnesses.
On December 14, 1994, 2 Learjets were doing training maneuvers with the Air National Guard. All was going well until one of the planes started coming in for a landing at Fresno's airport. Tonight, Action News anchor Liz Harrison revisits the crash site and the people who were there, still bearing the scars of 20 years ago.
Wow.
"11:41 a.m. It was almost lunchtime at Ewing Elementary School on Olive Avenue, just east of Chestnut. The kindergartners were lining up to get out of school for the day. Teachers Dawn Lloyd and Kim Vasquez remember parents had already arrived at the front gate.
We were dismissing our kids, and we heard what sounded like a jet plane, literally like a trash can or something, going right past the roof. It went right over the tops of our classrooms.
Marty McClintock was 8 years old. He was inside his third-grade classroom at Ewing and watched from the window as a jet plane flew low across the playground.
I said, "Hey, there's something in the sky." And we realized there was a big thing of smoke and the plane flying across as he got a little lower.
Just before noon, a plane fell out of the sky on a Fresno city street.
We're going to hit him on the right side, see the shows. Do we have any power? I'm not getting any response, man. Yours coming down. Oh, it is. I'm coming. I'm not going to...
The pilots frantically pulled the plane up over Ewing Elementary School and tried for a landing on Olive Avenue.
Full power. Pull up. Damn it. Pull up, dude. I got full right rudder in. Oh, Christ. Come on, baby. Go for me now.
But the plane did crash. It clipped a light pole at Recreation Avenue and smashed into the Olivewood apartments.
I remember that.
The debris field covered 2 city blocks.
That was a sad
Pilots Richard
day.
Anderson and Brad Sexton died. 21 people on the ground were injured. Every Fresno firefighter and paramedic on duty rushed to the scene. Among them, Bob Waterston.
This main street here, Olive, I bet the flames were 20 foot high, probably for at least 2 blocks, because of jet fuel everywhere. The debris was down Olive. First thing I ran into coming around the corner over there.
We went to Sylvia's house so fast to see if they were okay.
When this accident happened, it was close to the noon hour on one of the busiest streets in central Fresno. And yet that day, at that time, there were hardly any cars on the road. The National Transportation Safety Board determined the cause of the crash was faulty wiring in the jet. Phoenix Air, the owner of the plane, had modified the wiring so it could perform as a chase plane on military missions. In the end, the company paid out millions, including $12 million to Blondie Davis. A 20-year-old woman burned over 60% of her body.
I remember that.
Fresno attorney Rick Waters represented Davis.
And Blondie was in her apartment, and she was getting ready to go somewhere, and the engine came into her bathroom while she was getting ready on fire and burned her.
Those at Ewing Elementary School believe pilots Richard Anderson and Brad Sexton took extraordinary measures to avoid the school and set the plane down in the street. The school's library even bears their name. Most of the teachers at the school have retired. The apartment complex has been rebuilt. But the memories of that day will be etched in the minds of Fresnans for a long time to come. Liz Harrison, ABC 30 Action News.
You were here. It's hard to forget those images of that day. It was awful, right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, still ahead tonight.